Arise, minions, and batten down the hatches as we leave behind the safety of the Humblewood to check in with the crew of Dark Fortunes.
Hello, I'm Rory, aka Final Gambit, and I'll be playing Silence Furuiken, level 1 Mapok Warlock.
Hi, I'm V Muse, and I'm playing Sionnach MacTyre, the level 1 Vulpin Fighter.
Hi, I'm Mike, and I'm playing Mimir Elderbrand, level 1 Corbin Bard.
Hi, I'm Nickelodeon. I'm playing Auryn, the level 1 Servant Barbarian.
Hi, my name is Johnny. I'm the Dungeon Master. Welcome to the Dark Fortunes podcast.
Imagine that you're sitting down to play your favorite 5th edition fantasy RPG, and you think to yourself, man, I really wish there were just more. More monsters, more magic items, more subclasses, more spells, more of everything. Well, look no further than Kobold Press. Kobold Press is my first stop when I'm looking to add a little spice to my 5e games. The Kobold Press store offers a full line of 5th edition titles from the Tome of Beasts to the Guide to Game Design, plus hundreds of adventures, map packs, and so much more. And as always, these 5e titles are available in both print and PDF, or in a few money-saving bundles, not to mention virtual tabletop editions for both Roll20 and Fantasy Grounds. And orders typically ship within 24 hours while supplies last. You can find out more at koboldpress.com. And while you're at it, let them know that Dark Fortunes and the Don't Split the Podcast Network sent you. Happy gaming.
Previously on Dark Fortunes. With the ship firmly planted beneath their feet, the crew of criminals began to plan the direction their wayward journey would take them. But not before Mimir examined the mysterious package that he had delivered, revealing a fragment of an ancient, arcane map of unknown origins.
Milo has arrived, and he is here to help. So, Auryn says you guys need some help. Need some help identifying some magical stuff. What can I do? What's going on? What about this undead thing?
I thought you were sleeping.
Oh no, Auryn woke me up. He made sure to let me know. He said something about undead. I mean, I was having this great dream. You know, we were free, and he was happy. He was actually smiling. Did I say something wrong?
No, you said so many things at once, and none of them are relevant to what we're doing.
Okay, then what's relevant to what we're doing? You said something about identifying an undead.
Shh. And you hear this chair scrape. Sit. And he moves out of the chair.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever pulled up a chair for me. Thank you. Wow.
Okay.
Thanks.
What I need is just do less.
What do you mean do less?
Shh. Oh my. This is a box. The box is magical. The contents of the box is also magical.
Okay.
I believe that the fragment of paper that exists inside this box belongs to a map. I also believe that once combined, it would form a full map. That map, perhaps, will lead us to, hopefully a treasure would be great, but I believe that it may lead us to an ancient book belonging to a salty sea dog. That sea dog wrote in its pages some way to command a undead legion of sailors.
What's a sea dog?
I don't
understand that.
I don't know. It was a briny... Sionnach said it. Sam, the briny bulldog. Something like that. He was a pirate. They sing songs about him. I think he must be dead.
What's briny mean?
Salty.
Okay.
Do you have any more questions?
So what you want me to do is you want me to identify what's going on here?
No, I can do that. I don't know why you're here. I didn't ask for you to be here.
Auryn says that, he wanted me to come help you and maybe I can help you figure out what,
Oh my, I have a genius idea that's going to help us, you and I, get along very well.
Really?
Yes.
That sounds amazing. I mean, I really appreciate that.
Can you write?
Oh, absolutely.
Great. When you have thoughts and questions, write them down.
But I don't have a piece of paper, a parchment. I don't have a quill. I don't have any ink.
Mimir pulls out like a Hermione-esque sheet of paper. This is all of my paper that I have to my name. Take it, it is yours. And he pulls out like a travel ink bottle and quill. If you talk less and write more, we will get along just fine.
And what happens if I don't? I mean, I really like to ask questions. Auryn always just allows me to ask whatever questions I want.
Does
In fact,
he
I go
have
talk
answers?
to other people.
Oh my god. Does he have answers for your questions?
Yeah, sure. He has answers all the time. They're just, oh, no, I don't know. It's a thing. We have conversations. It kind of feels one-sided, but, he's got the heart in the right place. I mean, he saved me.
Shut up. If you want a two-sided conversation, you have to not speak as much so that the other person can talk. So if you'd like your questions answered in a way that is not, I don't know, I can do that for you, but one at a time, preferably written down, because your voice is grating. Anyway, more importantly...
You end up talking a lot, and he looks over at Silence and he says, but he doesn't say a word. How does that work? Doesn't he get a chance to actually talk?
It's because I don't want to have a two-sided conversation 99% of the time. I want to be the only one talking, and therefore, if you're talking so much, I can't talk. Silence, do you understand what's happening?
Silence is very used to this situation for the most part. So he will say, yes, I understand that both of you have a proclivity to talking.
Thank you.
And that is at ends. You are warring with each other. With words, much like politicians.
See?
You're saying a lot, but nothing's getting done.
Thank you. And the more he talks, the less gets done. Anyway, this is a box. The box is magical. The paper's magical. It leads to a map. Map's magical. Leads to a book. Book is magical. Book produces undead.
As far as we're concerned.
As far as I think, yes. I need to figure out how to find the other pieces of the map and what this is. And he goes to open the box again and looks the entire time he's opening it, he's looking at Silence as he slowly opens the box and goes to reach his hand in and snatches the paper out.
I mean, Silence can try and not feel anything the entire time. Like if you're waiting for Din to start making an appearance in my head, like if you're looking for that, I can try and
every time he opened it, you slammed it closed. So now he's just making sure that he can get in there without you slamming it on his fingers.
Yeah, there's this begrudging look on Silence, just okay.
The laughter begins again, and with it, you hear Din's voice at the same time.
Oh, that's... You didn't tell the story, but the box is so pretty. Come, please, touch the box for me. You should touch the box. It's...
And the booming just sort of bellows louder and louder and louder.
I promise I'll be quiet if you just touch the box.
Listening to Din usually doesn't bring or yield positive results, but you know what? This is a life with new experiences. So Silence will start to reach out for the box. If not, the box touch the box, caress the box. If not, I will go towards the map or the parchment of paper, the vellum, and touch that instead.
So you're gonna you're reaching out to touch the parchment instead of the box itself.
I'll kind of skim a fingertip over the box, my little pads to my little skunk hands will kind of caress the edge of it. But otherwise, if he doesn't feel anything from that, then he will go for the map.
So Mim opens the box and pulls out the paper and closes the lid. And the moment you reach your hand out towards the box, you just see him leering at your hand. And he doesn't move at all. He's still just holding the paper out exactly where it was, about halfway in the middle of the table, watching to see what's about to happen.
So I need a wisdom saving throw from you from the moment that your paw, one of the pads of the paw, touches the box.
All right.
2 plus 3 is 5.
I'm sorry. Did you just say that you rolled a 5?
I rolled a 2, which turns into a 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me clarify. Did you roll a 2 plus your modifier, which makes a 5 altogether?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
I don't
because
like that.
The moment that your paw touches the box, you feel completely transported away. You feel completely distant. Things begin to flash inside of your mind as Din's laughter increases to cacophony levels. Blinding noise just deafens you. And what you see are three things, and they are quick flashes. The first is an island from the distance with a towering butte that travels skyward for over 1,000 feet. At its top is this gigantic, weathered, petrified tree of some kind. The branches of this weathered, petrified tree branch up and out and over the circumference of the island. So the branches actually reach farther out into the water, or over the water, in the actual area of the island itself. On the face that you can see of this butte, you can see the large carved out sort of like vision of a skull. And it is clearly a Corvum skull carved into the side of this thing. And this like face is gigantic and it's overwhelming. And it's hundreds of feet tall. Like it's like a third of this, like this butte, the size of this butte. It takes up a third, and it is in the front facing towards the direction from which you're looking.
All right.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So was that the two things? The tower?
No, that's the first thing. That's the first thing that you see.
Oh, okay.
Right. I'm going to give you a chance to react if you would like to, or we can continue on with the second of three things.
Do I have full faculty? Sort of.
You have full mental faculties, and you can hear above the cacophony that is Din's like laughter. You can hear him say,
Ooh, good. That's good.
Silence will say, as he is like seeing this vision, he will say, a premonition happening to me right now. And then just kind of let that fall flat as he like starts to absorb the things he's being shown.
Yes, things to come.
As the vision of this changes, as you focus directly into the island itself at the ground level, you can see the vision of this like butte towering over you. You can see that at this angle, the Corvum skull is just sort of like almost leering down at you. In front of you is this jungle, and you can see that the dead have risen. And they are moving towards you, towards the beach, coming out of the sort of the surrounding jungle area. And you are just overwhelmed with the sheer magnitude and numbers of these things as they're just kind of climbing out of the ground, moving out of the sea and towards you, moving in to surround you. These are creatures of all kinds. You see some of the bird folk. You see some of the humble folk. You see some of the shallows folk. You see some of the sea folk, all represented in various states of decay and disposition. You flash again. Or sorry, do you want to react?
No, he's going to absorb first. He takes in all the information and then reacts.
Okay. Well, the laughter continues.
Ooh, closer. This looks like a vision of the past, but it's also our future. Ooh, closer. Look closer.
And then you look up. As you look up at the vision of this Corvum skull, and you are transported, like you are immediately pulled in that direction, and you find yourself looking out one of the eyes of this thing. You can tell that it's the eye based on the way that the socket is and the placement of what you're looking down at. And that's when you hear another laughter. This one distinct, more of a cawing sort of a laughter. And you turn and you see a very old, very weathered, very emaciated Corvum dressed in these ornate sort of red and black robes. And his hands are glowing purple. And he says, come to me. Den's laughter becomes maniacal. And you find yourself back in the cabin.
We need to destroy this and everything associated with it.
I'm pretty sure the decision was made for us, but why now?
Silence will stand up and start going to the top deck.
What did you see? Hello, come back.
Follow me.
Oh,
I will tell you.
He takes the paper, immediately puts it back in the box, and locks it closed, and then looks at Milo, and then takes the key and puts it in his pocket.
But I've started to write my questions. You can see that there's a couple of questions.
Keep writing them down. I will answer them in time.
But I have so many questions.
Keep writing until your hand hurts. And
all right. You going to be back soon?
Soon enough. It's a ship.
All right, well, tell Auryn I'm doing my job, okay?
Got it. Oh, God. And he begins to walk up the stairs.
Silence will make his way top deck and be between Sionnach and Auryn and stand there waiting for Mimir to show up. And as soon as Mimir gets close to him, he will say, I have been given a premonition from the map. Omen, perhaps.
Wait, the map talked to you?
The map took hold of my mind.
Oh, this is getting even better.
Showed me ill news. First, it showed me an island, distant, strong, and on it was a mesa, or a butte. 1,000 feet high, it soared into the sky, much like a tower. Upon it was a tree weathered by time and petrified by wear. The branches sheltered the entirety of the island. On the front of the butte was a skull of a Corvum. It stood 100 feet above the water, and at the water were the undead. Of any folk you could think of, and any folk you can imagine, there were folk there that I could not recognize, that came from water, that came from distant lands. Within the skull was an ancient being. A Corvum by the looks of it. He was wrapped in red and black, and his hands were aflame. Purple flames. The same. And then Silence will kind of cast his Armor of Shadows, which is his sweet warlock invocation, and these slight purpley flames go over his armor, which is, Silence will say, it may be coincidence that this was the form my mage armor has chosen.
I'm sorry. Let me just make sure I have something perfectly clear here. Distant island, tall rock formation, notably so. Massive tree, branches cover expanse, skull above the water, plagued by the undead.
I think the undead live there.
If it's what I think it is, it wouldn't be too far off. There's a place called Dread Perch. and it's been known to be haunted. I can't say I know much more than that, usual legends and rumors and such, but it has a reputation.
I feel a connection to this place, sadly.
At that laughter, maniacal, encompassing.
True. Oh, so true.
Silence will take a deep breath and there is a place, a person. I derive my power, and I feel I should be honest with everyone that I do not know its intent, but I feel it has a connection with whatever is upon this perch, the evil that lay there. Naturally, I will fall upon my own sword and kill myself immediately.
No, wait, no.
Why?
Stop.
If I am a home for this being, then I naturally am transporting it. I cannot let this happen.
First of all, think of yourself maybe perhaps as more of a temporary jail.
A prison.
Yes, perhaps you're keeping it put as opposed to letting it run around creating chaos.
Laughter.
Well then, I think... Go ahead, Senpai.
I mean, if you think you're losing control, I could always kill you.
Oh, dear God.
I appreciate that. And if it comes down to it, I would wish no one else to do so.
Right. Well, new rule, folks. Captain's orders. If you think you're going to kill another mate, let me know first. All right? Let's be sure that it's absolutely necessary first before we start, slitting throats and throwing overboard.
Yes, ma'am. Captain, ma'am.
Din immediately asks, "What's a captain?"
Not now. And I accidentally, Silence will realize he accidentally said that out loud, and he will kind of shake his hands in front of his head, be like, mm-mm, mm-mm.
No. A captain sounds like what I am. Maybe I am a captain. I am in charge.
What's the voice saying to you, Silence?
He thinks that he is the captain of me.
Well, that's a rather tenuous comparison. Last I checked, the ship isn't exactly an object that has a say in the matter.
I think you need to tell them you're the captain now.
She's absolutely nodding her head with that one, yep, what he said.
Yeah, Silence immediately turns to Auryn and be like, "Wise choice, Senpai. Yes, I am the captain, Din. You do not control me. I control you. You are contained within." Can I?
Wisdom check.
Okay.
Sorry, wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Can I give him a pat on the back as assistance?
Can I?
You can have it at advantage because this is the first time ever anybody has ever heard about this, and you're getting some element of support. So you can have it at advantage.
Yeah. Well, the first one was a 2. The second one's a 9. Plus 2, 11.
Talk to me about what it is that you're doing mentally, or what is the emotional sort of what is the feeling that you're using to sort of reassert yourself in this particular case?
The metaphor that Silence sees between him and Din is like a training ground between warriors. And so this exchange is not unlike an exchange of blows. So as Silence tries to attack Din with this self-assurance, Din is countering if he fails and, striking a blow against Silence. And this is less so, physical as it is his mental well-being.
So as this internal struggle is going on, right, your mind, everything around you stops. The world stops. You're inside. You move the attack, he usually parries or steps aside and dodges completely. This time, there's attack, response, his attack, response, another attack, response, her attack, response, as it's adapting and changing to throw you off. For the first time, you feel you don't react to the things that usually cause you to shift. Right. And so as it kind of comes around, tell me about the sparring blow that you land that gets Din's attention.
Most of it was very straightforward, jabs and punches. But I would like to think that Din's form of supplication is putting my hands down to my waist. And so as Din grabs and puts my hands down, Silence would swing an uppercut up towards the jaw.
As that lands, Din is sent reeling, and you see a couple of different visions, like completely just kind of shift over the sort of the physical like representation that you see in your mind as you're doing this. Right? First, it flashes to the male counterpart that you've seen. Then it flashes to the female counterpart. Then it's a child for just a second. And finally, as it's staggering back, it settles on the vision of your father.
Well done.
It's not your father's voice. It's definitely Din's.
I think that blow would even earn his respect. This isn't over. Until then.
And he bows. And as he bows, he vanishes. And you're back with the crew.
Basically, when he's doing all that, Auryn is going to walk up because he's in a trance right now.
He is in a trance. And it's almost instantaneous, but there is a noticeable pause when it happens for him. For him, all of that happens in a short span of, or like in a span of time that feels like real time. But for everyone else, it's a momentary pause or a momentary sort of like his eyes lose focus, and then he's back.
That moment he loses focus, Auryn, there's two things I want to do. I want to roll a religion check to see if I know what Din is. And I don't imagine this is going to go well. So I rolled an 11, minus 1. It's 10. So 10, I don't know what that tells me about anything. But as he's kind of has that little phase out, Auryn kind of walks up, puts his hand on Silence's head, and goes, "Altus, lend him my storm."
So from the religion check that you did, you remember stories. You don't remember where the stories are from because of how you remember your past prior to the fighting pit. But you remember stories that resonate with you about the general sort of sentiment of the voices in the head, and to always be careful about to be careful with the voices in the head. Right? The little children's tales talking about tricksters and other, creatures of the forest who will wisp you away, and it starts with the voices in the head. But as you reach out and sort of begin to reassure him, and you call upon your deity, he wakes up and turns and looks at you.
Did my storm help?
Yes.
He just pats him on the head. Good.
Yes. That's exactly what I wanted. Head pats.
I feel like Sionnach might be the only one that notices, because she's the only one that knows Mimir enough. But from the moment Mim joined the group, he has been uncharacteristically silent. And the entire time, he's cocking his head left and right and staring at Silence. And not in like a I'm watching you kind of way, or like a I'm observing this conversation way, like in the way that a jeweler apprises a gem. He is looking for the most minute shift when he's talking, and when he has that like split second of like that trance, or when he hears him mention Din, and then he's like, never mind, I got it. He's watching every move that Silence makes because he is incredibly fascinated by this whole scenario, the vision, the voice, this everything that he's talking about. So he is apprising him as if he is one of the bits of lore or magical items that Mim kind of lusts after. So like almost like a jeweler's eye, is he's just quietly bobbing his head from side to side and staring at Silence.
Mimsy.
Mm-hmm.
Mimsy.
Mm-hmm.
No,
There's something here. Good or bad, it is something.
not for profit.
It might not be profit, but I still need to know what it is.
Finding out fine. We're not in the trading of living creatures.
I have never traded a living creature. And
Just making sure.
And as long as Silence doesn't want to be traded, I won't trade him. Which I assume he motions towards Silence.
If it benefits
No.
the good of everyone,
Then,
then perhaps. Well,
Even Mim looks at you like a little bit.
Silence, you're your own person. You are not something to be bandied about and used for profit. Whatever reason you may think might be beneficial.
We're going to talk about this whole sword business and the selling of people, you and I. And he like stares at Silence, like talking to him. We don't do that.
yes. I've never thought too highly of myself. I'm sorry. Does this boat have a name? Or she kind of like goes to the side of the ship to check.
They normally do. I didn't really bother checking.
Does the ship have a name?
Not one from us.
Let me look overboard.
Oh, God.
There is nothing that you can see on the side of the ship. No.
A ship should have a name.
Are you offering one? Or do you think we should make one?
Silence will kind of half cock a smile. My father would disapprove of everything that I am doing right now. I am on a pilgrimage, and I imagine he would look disdainfully on all of my choices. Going out on pilgrimage, he said to me that it was a fool's errand. That makes sense for the ship. What we're doing? Fool's errand.
That's actually not too bad.
Prestidigitation. I'm writing fool's errand on the side of the ship.
I've been called worse.
Good day, weary travelers. I am one Stormbringer. I would like to talk to you about the wonderful Humblewood. Humblewood is an exciting new campaign setting for D&D 5e that includes original playable races, new monsters, magic items, and compelling adventure for 1st to 5th level characters. Available now at thedeckofmany.com/darkfortunes.
Just where on the side of the ship?
Aft, right side.
Like, not where it belongs, like on the side of the ship. Not even on like the back of the ship, just the side of it.
Going vertical up the mast.
Like a school bus on the side of the ship.
Not where it should accurately be.
As this conversation is happening, the perceptive of you will begin to notice that there is a small sort of like piece of land beginning to come on the horizon just in front of the boat. Generally just sort of off to the right a little bit as you're kind of heading, generally in the direction north. But you can see first that there are smoke fires going on, and that there looks to be like a ship sort of kind of sailing in. It's still miles off, but it looks, according to Sionnach's eyes, like you are getting closer to Meridian.
Well, I hope you're all ready to make some new acquaintances. We're getting closer to the target, at least.
Mac, my dear, where would one procure a library?
You want the whole damn thing or access to one?
He kind of like looks off into just access for now.
Well, I mean, we could always check and see if there's some sort of I don't know. Would Meridian have like a fishing place? I don't think it would have that type of a.
No, you might find a trading, sort of like a outpost of some kind, sort of set up for the most part. It's the majority of it's a fishing village and a waypoint for anything coming from the coast heading out towards the larger sort of gulf. It's definitely a stopping point from anywhere along the lower part of the Razorbeak Bay's coast.
Okay.
Towards places like the city of the free cities of the Paw, or farther in that particular direction. It's also often a small stopping point to do a little bit of local trading between the Serpent Domain and the Kingdom of Den. So
okay.
What is
it is not claimed by either group, though. It is considered a free city.
All right. Well, I don't think for Meridian it's exactly the right clientele for a library.
What is a library?
Library, darling, is a collection of books where people go to find out more information and increase their knowledge. Not your type. Okay? No.
Servant don't have a written language.
But other folk do. Do you not know how to read? Your small friend knows how to write, I would assume. He taught you something.
Maybe. No.
I have my work cut out for me. I will. And he like shoots a look to Sionnach that says, "You're making me the good guy." I will work with you and the tiny one to work words, and you don't fall on swords or sell yourself. I'll figure you out.
Oh, Mimsy.
Shut up.
You do have a heart.
Because no one would buy it, turns out.
Where's Milo?
He's downstairs writing a 500-page list.
Oh, that's why it's been
Did
more
he tell
quiet.
you what the things were?
I'm sorry?
The things. The magic things.
Oh, no, I'm having him write down all of his questions. So far, he's been down there nonstop writing them, so I assume he must be done shortly.
I go peek my head down the deck and see what he's doing.
Flip the page.
As you sort of look down there, you kind of angle your actually, you know what? You actually can't.
Oh.
I just realized, because you're a 14-point, servant. So
Yeah.
like the moment that you try, like even to get your head even remotely close to that opening to be able to sort of look down, like your antlers just you kind of knock.
Well, you could use the
and
there's the giant grate in the middle of the deck. That's where they drop cargo in. You could look down through there.
Would a sloop have that?
Mm-hmm.
A sloop would definitely have that, but you can't actually see Milo as you're kind of angling around, because it's a bit dark down there, and you can't see the light source, that he's using right now. So you can't actually see him.
Okay. Then I'm kind of like, Milo,
Milo,
What? Hold on. I'm writing questions.
But do you know what the things are?
I gotta finish my questions first. Then I'll be able to tell you.
Why do you have to finish questions?
The Corvo. I don't know. I don't know his name. He just told me to write the questions. I've got him a ton of questions. I have some ideas, but
Were you able to use magic? You did magic things before.
Not yet. I'm still writing my questions.
Do the magic things and then write your questions.
No, I'm doing my. Just silence after that.
Okay. No. Can I roll perception? Is he like doing his weird chanting thing, or is someone silenced him?
You don't have any idea whatsoever what's going on, why he just suddenly went quiet.
Why did Milo? I can't. Can someone look at Milo?
I will go find your annoying friend.
He stopped talking all of a sudden.
Oh,
he doesn't do that.
This is like a moment of relief, and then like, oh, this isn't okay. And he walks downstairs to see what Milo is doing at the table.
I'll be on Mimir's tail feathers.
Hello, tiny, irritating bird.
You see him perched on the table. Well, he's not perched. He's laying on the table. And you can see that his feathered hand is actually on the box. But he's passed out. And his hand is still on the box. Like his feathered hand is still on the box.
I think instinctively Mimir reaches out to stop Silence from doing whatever he's about to do.
Yeah, because Silence was gonna sprint over there and get his feathered hand off the box.
Yeah, I can feel it, like the feathers on the back of my neck start to raise, and his clawed hand immediately shoots out to like stop you from moving. He says, "You don't touch things."
But is he okay? You hear banging.
Okay, stop! Please stop banging. He will be fine. Give me a second. And he releases Silence and reaches out and grabs the rapier at his waist and sort of lifts Milo's hand off the box.
As you do, you can see that his body visibly stirs. And he's like, what, whoa, what was that? And then he passes out.
Okay, well, he looks to Silence and he says, "Now, I talk a lot. Yes, I will admit, but usually it has a purpose. When I say don't touch things," and he motions towards Milo, like I told him not to touch things, and he motions to him passed out now. "Your friend Milo is tired. He wrote so much that he fell asleep."
What?
That's not true, Senpai.
What's wrong with him?
He touched the box and then passed out. I'm pretty sure he had a premonition, just like I did.
Okay, we need to work on lying and not stabbing ourselves.
Lying is not of the stripe.
Can you bring him up?
Of course, Senpai.
He needs to be monitored.
And as you gingerly pick up Milo, you get a sense that you hear him like make like aching like noises, like like his body is sore at your touch, but he's still passed out.
Okay.
As Silence goes to carry him, Mimir slips a book like in between his arm. And he says, "If he's not talking about a vision, write it down." And then he kind of lets Silence go.
Fine. I will I'll go back up the stairs, approach Auryn, and hand out Milo to him. And then I will say to Auryn, you don't need to read. You know how to read an opponent. That's all that matters. To try and reassure him. Good.
The servant words are sacred and never meant to be written down, so why bother to read or write? But you're right. The instincts is something more important than words, and that's why I have Milo do all that.
Can I do like a medicine check on Milo to see what's going on with the boy?
Yeah, can I assist? As you give him to me, I'm like holding him like a baby. I'm like,
I'll like open up the beak a little bit, open up the eyelids, just like check to be like, does this, see if this guy's like okay? Has he like taken physical damage from that, or does it all seem like a mental exhausting, draining sort of thing? Medicine check.
Go for it. Let's try that.
An 11 and a 17. 17 plus 1 is 18.
It is sheer mental exhaustion that he is experiencing, but there is a physical side effect that you can't quite figure out. It's almost like his body was experiencing some sort of like a seizure or a spasm of some kind, like a full body sort of like, like complete like tense thing. And then he relaxed. But you didn't see a physical sign of that when you observed him, when you saw him the way it was. So it's a little unexplained.
Okay. I will say, Silence will say, I think his fortitude to endure what this box can do to those that wield magic or has taken over a bit of his little body as well. He needs rest.
okay. And then he kind of like takes him and sits in the forward of the ship and just sits and like watches the island approach as Milo sleeps in his arms.
I'm assuming Sionnach is still up at the helm, so she's seeing this pan out, but not really able to interact.
Well, I'm assuming that you're in relatively calm waters, like you're still dealing with swells and what have you. But in relatively calm waters, you're able to kind of use the sort of the rope hook and just.
I was going to say, is there
a
rope hook to like slap over one of the? Okay.
Yeah, just to have it kind of going in the general direction. You're right now you're more concerned about the situation in front of you than you are about the ship.
Okay.
However, you are coming towards the island, at a relatively, sort of moderate pace. So you guys will be there in about a half hour.
Okay.
Type of thing.
So he's left alone down there and comes back up unconscious. And she's looking at Silence. What happened?
He touched the box. No.
He knows.
Captain, did you feel anything when you touched the box?
I touched the box. I didn't try to investigate or open it or anything like the lot of you has.
Milo, I don't know how to explain it. He can see items. I've only seen it maybe a couple times before. He's very good at, making light as well. And sometimes he says words that make me feel better, like my wounds heal faster than they normally do. But there's one trick he does where he can look at something and see its purpose.
So he has magical abilities.
Yes.
So, question, would Sionnach have felt anything in the scooping up of the box and the escape or anything?
No, you did not experience anything. The key difference here are two things. Number one, the box was closed when you grabbed it. And it, as I was just messaging privately to Silence, Milo was touching the box when it was open. The second thing is that nobody was actively trying to engage it in any way magically before this situation. So that would stand out to you too.
All right. New request. Let's not play with the box too much, shall we? I'm a little concerned about Milo. This isn't exactly good that you found him in such a state.
He might just need sleep. I don't know.
Well, still, let's be cautious with this little trinket of ours.
The box, I do believe, contains a small part, the power inside. Not as in has it within it, but keeps it from seeping out. We should keep the box closed until it is necessary to open it.
I'm in accordance with that one. Mimir.
Mim is still downstairs.
Oh, he's still downstairs, that's right. Where's Mimir? Is Mimir downstairs alone with a box?
Maybe. Silence will start sprinting down to go check. Like, oh no.
Auryn goes to follow and then realizes his head hits the thing and he's like, oh.
Hold that thought right there. You stay there. Let me know as we get closer to the shore. All right?
Okay.
Just shout Mac and I'll come out.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to stand at the front or where you're standing now?
Actually stand up at the very front of the ship.
Okay.
At the bow. Right? That way.
Okay.
All right? And then bellow if we're getting closer so I can come back up and steer us in.
Okay.
Okay. You're very good at taking orders. You're not going to sass me or anything?
No, I owe you.
We're going to get along just fine. And she'll like speed down the steps below. Or the ladder.
So while all that conversation and interaction was going on upstairs on deck, what was Mim doing?
So Mim was standing where he left Silence. He had reached into his pouch and he had pulled out his book and stuck it in Silence's arms, and then reached back into his pouch and pulled out the key to the box, to the lock on the box, and began running it over his clawed fingers, knowing full well that he closed the lid, put the lock in it, and locked the box, and looked at Milo while he did it. And he's staring at the opened box on the table and wondering how that box got opened when the only key is in his hand. And so for a good few seconds, he stands there kind of rolling the key back and forth like a coin across his fingers. And then he walks over to the box and places both hands on the table and sort of peers in to see if anything looks different about this box. And as a sweet, sweet quorum, I have something called Sharp Mind, which I can accurately recall with perfect clarity anything I have seen or heard within the past month. So I am looking at this box for even the slightest change in detail, as it is now open, and it should not be.
Do you touch the box?
Not until I look over, like, everything I can perceive from where it is open currently. In basically the same kind of fashion he was staring at Silence, like basically memorizing all of his features. He's looking at this box in that same manner to see if there's anything that he can notice as different from when he left it.
You can definitely notice that there are things that are different. Give me a perception roll advantage to determine how much you notice.
Okay, so 17 plus 3 is the first roll. 17 plus 3. So a 20.
Well, advantage. Yeah. You take this box in, and at first you don't really kind of, you're kind of looking at it from the sort of the outer shell of this thing, looking at the general details. You're looking at the shape. Nothing has changed about the shape. The color of the wood, the staining of the wood, sort of the decorations that you saw on it before have not changed. However, the grains of the wood have. And so what you see is, instead of the sort of natural sort of grains of a wood, as you would, sort of see in anything made, you see that the grains actually contain pictographs of some kind. Really hard to notice if you weren't actually actively looking for them. And those pictographs sort of appear to be sort of placed all over the box at very specific distances, like an inch apart or maybe an inch and a half apart, depending upon the positioning. You also notice that there is a slightly more, there's a slight color change. They're a little bit darker. So those really began to kind of like stand out to you. When you look inside, you can see that the surface of the lip of the bottom part of this thing, where there was this sort of velvet, the interior where the map or the piece of the map was, there is this sort of inlaid gold thing that has appeared there. That wasn't there when you first opened the box. And so as you're kind of like looking over and really kind of taking this all in, the third thing that you see is you see that the lock mechanism, the keyhole itself, was just this brass sort of plate right there. And it was really smooth otherwise, and shone sort of like, in a dull sort of quality, when reflected in the light. It now looks incredibly polished, and there are what appear to be arcane runes all surrounding the keyhole itself.
Mim takes a look at the scroll that that Milo was writing down and sees the staggering number of questions he's been able to write in such a short amount of time. And he gets to the bottom of the roll of paper and just tears off a piece and quickly writes, "Don't touch my body," and places it next to him, and then reaches out and touches the box.
Give me a wisdom save.
Alrighty. 6 plus 2 is an 8.
Sorry, give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's even worse. That's a 1. 2s are back, baby. Them 2s are back. I got a 2 plus 1 is a 3.
All right. Immediately your body is racked in pain. Mm-hmm. The sheer sort of emotional and physical exertion that courses through your body travels from your clawed hand all the way up through your winged arm and just completely courses. And for a moment, you struggle into this sort of intense pose, your mouth gaping open, nothing coming out. No scream, no yell, no nothing. As that all happens to you physically, you find yourself in a great distance from an island. Very flat, mostly seen from where you are. You see what looks to be like a jungled sort of setting, an area. You feel yourself being drawn and pulled towards it. As you get closer, you can see that there's lots of movement going on inside of the trees, the various sort of trees as a part of this. Very jungle-esque, but not so dense that you can't actually see through it and see that there's like something blue and shimmering through the trees. And as you're kind of drawn towards it, and you begin to kind of pass over the shore, you see various creatures, interestingly enough, looking like folk. Some are bird folk. Some are humble folk. You see some shallows folk as well. But there's something incredibly wrong with them. Their bodies are distorted. It looks like pieces from one shallows folk has been grafted onto a bird folk, so that it has a bird's body. But there are crustacean claws attached to arms. And it's just making the most gut-wrenching sort of sound. And it is unbelievably just screeching as you hear something else. There's a mawpock who has the legs of a crustacean. And it is moving very quickly. And it's like ravenous, and its eyes are just bloodshot red, and it's just crying and growling, and just its tail is flicking above these crustacean legs that it's crawling on and around. And as you're kind of pulled through, you come and find yourself on the other side of this sort of this stretch of jungle. Find yourself looking at what looks to be like an inland lagoon. And this lagoon appears massive inside of this island. And sitting at the center of it is this floating platform of some kind. You can't quite tell what it is. It just appears to be sort of floating right on the surface of the lagoon. Very calm waters, a slight sort of gentle rolling to it. And there is a Mawpock leering and smiling in your general direction. I was wondering when you'd come seeking the knowledge. You'll find me soon enough, but for now, experience this pain. And as he says that, you are completely overwhelmed with an additional level of pain as you watch your body disassembled around you and parts grafted onto your body. You are given a Vulpine's tail. You are given servant's horns. You are given a crustaceous arm. And then you wake up. Your body sort of drenched in sweat. Your body leaning over. Sionnach, this is when you find him. This is as you're coming down the stairs, you find him sort of leaning over the box.
Am I awake
Son of a bitch.
when she finds me? Sorry.
You are awake, and you're going to lose a third of your
That's
hit
fine.
points.
If he can hear her coming, he's like very weakly and like sweaty. Yeah. And like waving them away if he can hear them coming down the stairs.
Mimir, what did you do?
Don't touch the box. No one.
Sort of figured that out with the little one first.
No. You might be fine. You. And he like waves behind her towards Silence. Don't touch the
And
box.
is the box open right now?
It's exactly how we left it.
She's
Oh, yeah.
I'm absolutely gonna go over and like take the ruffles of my sleeves around the cuff and like cover my hand and like slam the box shut.
And it closes.
And he's like scrambling for the chair. And he kind of slumps down into it. You might be fine.
Why?
It changes. The box, it changes. Don't touch
How
it.
do you know I'm fine?
It absorbs magic, I think. When the little one touched it, it's different. I didn't check it after you touched it. But it's different now. You don't have magic.
Not like you do.
I think it's fine.
Let's not take any further chances then, shall we?
I think we have to. It's every time one of us touches the box.
Did you have an omen? Like Silence is saying.
A different one.
Different one.
I need a drink of something. I wish I knew what that
There's an empty jug.
I wish I knew what that
Let's
did.
no, please, let's not. One feisty magical item at a time,
I
please.
understand. When the little one, when he wakes up, he will have seen something, I assume. You saw something. I saw something different. There are multiple islands. There was no mesa. There was a forest. There was no undead. They were combined. If you take pieces of one and put them on the other, they were combined into one. And there was...
Like a patchwork quilt?
But living and people. And there was not a Corvum. There was a Mawpock. And he talked. And he knew I was coming. But the box changes. And he he like reaches out towards it and then stops and then grabs the pen that's on the table and like turns it so that Silence can see better. And he motions towards the runes that are now etched along it. This is different. This is different. And he like picks up the lock. This is different. Every time one of us touches it, it changes.
One of us being the magical types, not one of us in general.
I think so. So far, the only ones that have touched it are the magical types. And I'm not sure if it's absorbing magic of some kind or absorbing something from each of us, but I can't have all of us passing out. It took quite a bit from me. I can understand why Milo passed out. I assume your situation is why you didn't pass out, you and your friend. And he like motions towards Silence again. But if Auryn and yourself pass out, we can't have the entire crew out. So perhaps no one touches it for now, especially not the three of us.
Right. That's sort of what I was aiming for anyways.
But I think we'll have to in the future.
Listen, we're going to arrive soon,
Mm-hmm.
all right? Let's put this where no one can find it. And she'll go to sort of like scoop it up, but again has made a point to make sure her hands are covered with her cuffs.
Okay.
And starts looking around for like a little place to sort of tuck it away so no one could actually see it. Is there like a little crate, collection of crates or something?
There's supply. There's supply. Chests. There's one large sort of shipping crate kind of a thing, and then there are a couple of barrels towards the back of the boat. These are all supplies, and they're all next to the privy. You haven't done a thorough search of the ship, so you don't know all the things here, right? Nobody's done a thorough search yet.
I would stick it then probably like behind one of the barrels next to the privy, just to make sure it was not anywhere that was obvious.
Okay.
For now. Was there like a cloth or anything she could wrap it in?
If you look into one of the supply chests, what you'll find is a bunch of linen that's designed to be for patchwork for the sails.
Then absolutely like wrapping up, making it look it's just like a folded up sail that was forgotten and shoving it behind one of the barrels to camouflage it as best as possible. Right, we leave it here. No taking it out, no opening it up, especially for those of you with the more magic-y tendencies. At least for now.
Is your lack of performance going to draw the ire of your queen?
Probably wouldn't be the first time.
Does she have people like us in her employ? And he motions back and forth between him and Silence.
That's a given.
It glows like a beacon. Anyone with the gift can see it.
Oh, lovely. Right, well, how about this? You want a library, right?
I would like a nap, but a library would be fine.
So, there wasn't exactly a full agreement as to when this could all come together, so I could play Oops-a-Daisy's got away from me, had to go find it, and instead of meeting with her, I could try and get you to Kingdom of Den. There's a library there.
That could work. We're
do some research.
Not wanted there.
You're not wanted there?
I'm not wanted there. Are you?
Oh, I thought you meant you weren't welcome there.
No, I'm not wanted, as in a criminal.
Oh, that's good to know.
We can't go to the brother. We're criminals.
That's true.
Yes.
Forgot about that part. That happens so often.
We did murder and some of us killed guards.
I mean, I might have to check a list if we get that. I can't really think of anything too untoward.
Oh, Silence will pipe up and he'll like pick up the jug and put it next to the sail where the box is. Be like, there, hide it in plain sight. One magical item camouflages another.
Sionnach is going to look at Mimir. Does it work that way?
No, not at all.
He's giving a thumbs up.
It was a great idea.
It's not bad.
Personally, I thought it was quite brilliant because I wouldn't have known to have even done that part.
We'll cover that in lessons at a later time.
It will work.
Oh my god, the wholesomeness right now.
You just
Sorry.
you just need to believe me.
We'll figure it out. It's too different. It's fine.
All right. You're at least upright and speaking. That gives me some hope,
Yes.
but we best get above and get ourselves settled.
Yes, and I will need to know what Milo?
Milo,
What he
yes, Milo's
says
his name.
when he wakes up. If he saw something, I need to know.
Right. So you keep Auryn and Milo company. I'm going to try and get the ship in. And Silence, you're free to... Well, if you want to chat with me or chat with them, that's completely up to you. You're your own person, quite frankly.
I wish to see the land approach.
My book? And he, calls out to Silence. My book. The notebook he's stuck on your arm.
Oh, yes. Sorry, when people mention books, I think of metaphors now.
No, it's...
He'll hand you the
it's
book.
literal. Question before you leave. Does
Yes.
Din hear and see everything that you do?
Yes.
Everything. There's no way to not.
If you cover my eyes and ears, you'll cover his.
And he takes the book and sort of slides it back into his pack.
I have yet to find a way to shut him out.
So you're telling me they, whatever this entity is fully aware of this box.
They are.
This day just gets even better. And she'll turn on her heel and head above deck.
As there is a slight childlike laughter inside of Silence's head.
I'll keep that to myself.
Up on deck, as you're arriving, Sionnach, Auryn is currently nestling Milo, who's beginning to stir. Oh, not too tight, Auryn, not too tight. It hurts.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I hurt all over, and I had the strangest nightmare.
What happened?
I saw you and me. I saw us, and we were on this island, and it was frightening, and it was dead, and it was there was a temple. I don't understand, but there was a temple, and he was calling to you. He said your name.
What name did he call?
He said, Stormbringer. Stormbringer, come to me.
Who called for me?
I don't know. But he kept calling. And then he said one other strange thing. He said, she is waiting for you. She's waiting. And that's where we're going to end it.
Dark Fortunes is an unMadeGaming production and a proud member of the Don't Split the Podcast network. If you would like to learn more about the world of Dark Fortunes and get some behind-the-scenes looks, please join us on Patreon at patreon.com/unMadeGaming. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please take a minute to give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Thank you for joining us on this high seas adventure, and we'll see you next time on Dark Fortunes.
Hey everybody, Leica here. I heard you want the deets on Dames and Dragons. Well, let me tell you what, traveler, this podcast has everything. Wolves, floating islands, the goddess, wolves, adventure, music, comedy, suspense, wolves, me, Fran and Corbin, gods, murder, sadness, happiness, wolves, and The real wolves we found in the end, friendship. So make sure you all tune in to Dames and Dragons on the Don't Split the Podcast Network.